So this one's a little bit off of topic, but still on topic. So to disappear as somebody is really easily done in today's world with synthetics highly available that you can forge your own avatar, wear it constantly. And as you do wear this synthetic mask constantly around people, they start to build this visual profile of you as this is you. And then if you were to disappear and remove your mask, no one would know, because they would have built this profile of you. I mean, fame must be such a nightmarish thing. But if you were to create you age, everybody ages. It's a wonderful thing, even though it gets such a bad reputation. But if you were to pull on a synthetic mask and it looks like your identical self, but it changes in a different direction under it, you will age in a different direction. And as you begin to age, people will only see the synthetic version of you. And as this alters over time into a different, more avatar that is representative of the old you that went in the complete opposite direction, and you aged underneath it, a bit like Mrs. Doubtfire in a way. But it would be the exact lookalike of you to start with, and then you would tweak it in a different way. And underneath it, you will age. It's a weird thing when looking back at some of the past, let's take Elton John, for example, and I see Elton John in a snapshot compared to how many years ago, 10 years ago, compared to now. It's whoa. Or you're watching a star that you've been watching a movie constantly whilst they were in their younger days, and you stay stuck in this. And then when you see them now, like doing I don't know, maybe this program has been about 20 years old, give or take, you stay captured in this moment that they didn't age and they don't age, and you get used to them in this moment. And then when you look at them how they are now in real life, you're like, whoa, how did that happen? I thought you still look like this. And the same thing is with the synthetics, that when you wear it constantly, you have it constantly on. And I guess you can build a profile. Now with technologies are getting better and better at it, you can just add filters on. And if cameras were set with a certain filter on it that tweaked your image in such a way that you could literally fake your own death, remove the filter, and no one would recognize you. They'd walk down the street and not even know it's you. That's very interesting, isn't it? And therefore you could hide behind not a veil, but synthetics, masks. And that would be weird. And even today I think it's a bit more easier with technology. And maybe there are glitches in the technology that might expose your true identity, but synthetics always are the fail-safe, safer version of it, that you could go to a concert looking like this, with this on, and be a bit uncomfortable, but you would be surprised what you can get used to. And then you could have this big dramatic death, and your family would also have these as well. And then once it's all removed and that, you could literally artificially, in that sense, create a new star. If you ever go into fame, you have the option to wear this. Why? Well, it's sort of like you, but it's going to be tweaked in a different way just in case it gets too much for you. You can walk away from it. I mean, whew. And even if anyone exposed this, it would be nigh on impossible to really tell the difference between any other actor or celebrity. It would be very, very impossible to even tell the difference, because you would have gotten used to so many people, and then can you really trust what you see? I mean, it really changes the world, doesn't it? Mus, cut it out. I kind of like this mint. But yeah, so I guess in that way, that is the greatest Machiavellian of all time. And what people see and get used to and build this profile of you might not actually be you. No touching, keep your distance, don't come too close. Is it really the true person here? Or is this really just a mask that is worn 24/7? Maybe it's slightly thinner. Maybe it's a bit thicker in places. Is this really me, or is this a mask? Could you tell the difference between wearing a mask and pulling all the hair through it, making the hair look like it actually is hair here? Or is it a mask that is so well put on that you can't tell the difference? Which is it? And then I ask how many people have actually already thought of this. I'm pretty sure someone else has already thought of this before. I'm sure of it, near enough. And then, yeah, I wonder, does this help or hinder? Because some celebrities commit suicide. It's very sad. It's very sad. Touches my family, to be honest. So, but yeah, if this was a way to move them away from the fame, because there's never a test or a fame, is there? There's never like you can be tested for it. I suppose they do their best with it to prepare you, but I don't think anything can prepare you for that overnight superstardom. I don't think that anything can. And then when you're in it, and it's a lifelong, grueling process. So if there ever was something that anyone ever wanted to try and move away from that, but obviously you won't lie to the authorities, it'd be the authorities that try and help you in this, you could move away from it if it all got too much. But you would have to have time. It would take a few years in order to do the alterations, to go the opposite way, and you to age naturally underneath it. I mean, and then the whole profile could be staged, like a death of that actor or celebrity, and then they move away and get a bit of normality. I mean, because some of these roles are for life, aren't they? And to be hounded most of the time must be quite a thing to go through. So I never find genuine love, I think, is the real thing, because who's there for trying to get my money or trying to do this, or who's there for my fame or this, that, and the other? I think that's a real other end of the spectrum that no one who is not famous ever really thinks about. Who is generally loving you? Who is not? I mean, it's hard enough as it is, but without fame on top of it, money and different things like that. And money may not change you. It doesn't need to. If it changes the people around you and how they respond to you, then money alters. But money doesn't do that per se. But some people have a perception of money that it changes, or it's an excuse to do something one would not usually do. So, yeah, I don't know if this helps or hinders. But anyway, I said it, and there, I'm going to stand by it. So if there ever was a too much and you want to put it down, the mic, I think this is a way out. It helps. I think with technology getting better, that it can do an automatic avatar review on a video and make it look somewhat like you. But then when it comes to concert, you're then going to need that enhancement filter to be made into a synthetic mask for your concerts. And I mean, then a small amount of time wearing this, but if anyone sees it other than that, yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to sit with that. That's where I was thinking, and I don't even know why I was thinking that, but it came to mind a few times. And yeah, I think if I do the video, I release it, maybe someone benefits from it, or a whole family benefits from it, or certain individuals benefit from it. Yeah, it's possible. And then I ask one more question on my final, before I go and retire for the night. If you had the opportunity to do it with a mask or be you, which one would you choose if you had the choice? I mean, someone who's already big time famous and is kind of a little bit on the fence about it. This question is for you. Which one, if you could go back and there was a way to go back in time, which one would you pick? To go in with the mask or go in as you? I mean, because that's wisdom and insight, isn't it? You already walked the path, therefore you would know the answer to that question. If you could choose, would you? Or did you just like it the way it was? Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. And if love is about personality, and most people seek someone who's genuine, once again, if you were to mask up and go on a date with someone who didn't know you was famous, just this mask person, but fell in love with the inner you is always going to be there. And then you revealed yourself to who you really were. Would you then know that you had someone genuine? Man, I got lots of questions. I don't know how I would actually react to all of this, or have someone talk about this who's got no experience whatsoever. And if someone talks about it, it doesn't mean that they are it or have been it. It just means that I think you can take a lot and take one, take another, combine it, make two, add one and one and make two, and keep going with this. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, gonna leave it there.